Hello everyone, welcome back to Draco's Games and Cosplay. I will be continuing my playthrough of the Don't Starve today. I almost said the Escapists. I'm used to saying that, I've played it so much. So, at the end of last video, I was hunting around trying to find beefalo. And I've decided it's day 3, I really need to get on with making my base. So I'm going to scrap that idea for a moment. I did have a quick run around in the night. And the savannah area up here, which has a load of rabbits in there, and down south there is a load of spiders. So my plan is I'm going to make my base here just so I can get myself up and running, and then later on I'll see if I can find some beefalo at some point. So I need to get some more wood. These pine cones are for regrowing trees because these stumps never regrow. So we can just right click on one and voila, you have tree springs. So there is a load of rabbits here. So I think this will be a good place to start. So the first and most important bit of your base is your fire pit. As I said, this is a permanent fire that you just restock when you need to. So we click. Haha! We have light! And then the next thing is your science machine, which, because I got all that gold in the previous video, we can make. So we make that, and if you see there, it's giving us access to a lot more items to make. We can make things like a shovel and a pitchfork and a razor. Razor is good for shaving your beard, something which I don't do too much. Endothermic fire is for, it's a cold fire, it keeps you cool. Very important in the winter months. So, what am I saying winter? I mean summer. Crikey. What's that? It's a very strange noise. Right, so then we need a backpack. And a backpack even, takes up this slot and gives you access to another 8 inventory items. And what I tend to do is put all my wearables there. Made that torch while I was running around. You just hold it and it provides you with a bit of light. That's important because if you are ever in complete darkness, there is a night monster that can hurt you, and it deals a lot of damage very quickly. So we can't make any farms because we don't have manure, so we need to focus on getting the rabbits. So up here we can make traps. Make 3 of those for now, and the idea is you just set one very near to a rabbit hole and they will just run into it. Oh, he dodged that one. I've never seen a rabbit dodge it before. So they will run into them and be caught. You can bait it if you want, but you don't have to. They will, or they should, still get caught either way. So then, from there, next step is a weapon, because we ain't gonna get far without one. So we need a spear. For that we need rope, And for a rope, we need a bit more grass. And we also need some grass for our fire ready for tonight. Ooh, there's more berries. So, what we can do when we get back to our... I don't know, give me a moment. Picking flowers is good to get your sanity back up. So under refine, you can turn your grass into one rope. And then you can make the spear. There, the spear is the most basic, well, it's not the most basic of weapons, it's a pretty good weapon. And it's the most easiest one to make. So we're getting towards night. So we take our logs and we just add fuel, and there, that recreates the fire. Now I don't know how much, so that's at 43, 55, so it still does 12 whether it's cooked or not. What about berries? Berries are at 54. Toast one of those. 66, so that gives 12, so that's pretty decent. So carrots, don't bother cooking them. Berries, do cook them. We've got a few more carrots than we have berries, so we will keep ourselves up with that. So rabbits will provide the meat, which is a good way of sustenance. And then in this area, because we haven't got access to the manure, the other good thing to get will be a bird, because you can catch a bird, put it in a cage, and then you can feed it meat and it'll lay an egg. And the eggs are really good for meals. And what's even better is down south we have spiders. Lots of spiders. And the spiders, you can, when you kill them, as I said in the last video, you get the monster meat, which isn't good for eating because it poisons you. However, you can feed the bird cooked monster meat and you will still get an egg. So that will be a really good way for getting us food. Just going out, killing them and feeding it to the bird. So the fire does die down over time. See, he says it breaks things down, however, you don't actually break down in this, you just build up. So if the nights were longer at this point, I would add a bit more fuel to this, but because I can see it's about to turn to day, I don't bother. Oh look, he's got the first bit of beard. That's cool. So your beard will help keep you warm, but you want to get rid of it in summer because you can overheat and die from heat exhaustion. As I said in the first video, there is just so much in this game that will kill you. Chop, chop. Oh, my axe broke there. So I need another one of you. Behave. Chops down trees. I never would have guessed. So, what's next? There's some berry bushes there. See, that grass suit only has 1% durability on it. So Stupid turkey. You can try to kill them, but they do run very fast. So you got to try and trap it against the side of land somewhere if you want to try and kill it. So you can dig up these stumps and you get another log. And I completely forgot to make myself a shovel before we left. Ooh, there's a sinkhole. Sinkholes are a feature I've not yet tried in all my playthroughs. They lead to the underground section called the caves. And in the caves it's perpetual darkness, and there are a whole host of different things you can get down there. Like it's easier to get coloured gems, there's different kinds of spiders, you can just find so much other items that but because of the darkness and because monsters are stronger down there, it's just something I've not really looked at. Swampland, awesome. See that lump there? That was a tentacle. This place makes some weird noises. So we want reeds because we would need to make some papyrus. Yeah, those tentacles, they will just pop up out of nowhere and they do a lot of damage to you. I can't remember how many papyrus we need for this. Bird farm. There, you stay down there. Oh, shoot! That's the tentacle. Oh, there's a pond there. You can fish in ponds. You can make a fishing rod with, I think it's... God, there is so much ambience here, you never know if something's coming for you or not. Yeah, you can make a fishing rod, I think it's with a silk rope and twigs maybe. And that is good for 10 uses, and each use will get you a fish. Right, so that got me a load of logs. So now I think I should be able to make the log suit. Yep, just need 2 rope, which I don't have enough grass. There's a load of grass over here. And, oh look! All 3 traps have caught. We're eating well tonight. Right, so that's enough for that. So, with this game, once you've prototyped something, which is unlocked it at the machine, you will always be able to craft it again because you know the recipe. There we go. What is that? There we go, there's our log suit. Inspect it. Perfectly reasonable piece of clothing. Yes, it is. Right, so now we need to unload some of our gear. So we can refine our logs into boards. And then we need 3 to make a chest. And then we've still got 1 log and some twigs for tonight's fire. Where was it? Structures. So there. And the chest has 9 inventory slots. So that saving thing normally pops up when it goes to night. So I almost panicked for a moment there. So we can put all the stuff in there that we are not likely to use every day. Right. So add all those. Ah, darkness. I know, I'm a daredevil. So we caught a rabbit. Well, I had to stop that video momentarily. The phone went. Hashtag unprofessional. Where was I? Yes. So we got that trap and we have a rabbit. Nice live rabbit. You can keep them in a chest if you feed them to keep them alive, or you can just right click on them, get a lovely sound effect, and you get the morsel, which you can then cook, and that is a bit more sustaining than just foraging. So we've got another 2 over there to get. Right, so that is the start of our food empire, and we will have to see what more we can make. Next video we will go about creating our bird cage and trapping ourselves a bird to feed. So hope you enjoyed the video, and until I see you again, take care of each other and keep being awesome. Cheers!